The part that's frustrating to me about all of this, let's do weekend observations here. But Stugotz has won again.
Week's end observations.
Yeah, well, but he's won again because he's calling and interrupting the things that we're doing from his home, and he's saying, got to do weekend observations here for Stupidity. And it's again Stugotz on vacation, kind of on vacation elsewhere, asking us, is this for God Bless Football? Is it for the show we're doing today? What is this for?
I mean, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll place it somewhere. I just need to get to the weekend observations, Dan. They were ready yesterday. I said it 4 or 5 times. No one listens to me. And so we have to do them this way.
4 or 5 times. Liar. Also, they were ready yesterday. Yesterday was Wednesday, as if that's a monumental achievement by you.
Yeah. That's the day I got back. I mean, that's my Monday. Wednesday's the new Monday for me.
The rare.
So, I mean, yeah.
And Friday.
Is this what
I'm liking this schedule, Mike. I mean, I'm going to take Mondays and Tuesdays off more often.
Wednesday is
and
Monday.
Thursday.
Wednesday is Monday and Friday.
Yeah.
Are we just headed toward a summer of no Stugotz, and he's going to join us occasionally to do weekend observations for Stupidity where he asked me to do his job for him?
Works for me.
It is time for Stugotz to share his game notes. No one in the media will tell you what happened better than my boy Stu.
Weekend observations brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste. Less filling. 96 calories. That's it. Available for delivery. Now, again, I wrote these over the weekend. Things have happened. Dan, he came down here as a highly touted free agent at the most important position in his sport. His 4 years here have been up and down, never meeting up to the massive expectations. But Dan, after leading his team to a huge Game 7 win in the first round on the road, and 3 straight to start the second round, including a .936 save percentage, make no mistake about it, Sergei Bobrovsky is back.
Chris Cody, what are you objecting to back
They lost last night.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
You couldn't update.
We did these yesterday. It would have been great.
You couldn't update these?
Nah.
You couldn't edit?
Pooping in a Homewood suite. Dangerous game. Have you done it, Dan?
That's timeless.
That also sounds like a Dead and Company song.
Pooping in a Homewood suite.
It's a dangerous game.
Have we lost him for the summer? Stugotz, one of the things, you blamed me yesterday for not being able to do things on remote here. These slow down a lot when you're on remote. Like, it gets very slow.
Dan, I'll tell you this. I told Big Joe Harper yesterday, I did tell him this, that if that was my last Dead show, I'm good with it. If Mike checks the calendar, he'll notice that I've already canceled 2 Dead shows so I could be here for another week. How about that?
Hey! Oh,
Thank you, Stu.
What are the? Hold on.
Thank you, Stu.
What are the 2 Dead shows that you've canceled?
The ones right after the Final Four, Mike.
What?
Charlotte and Raleigh.
Yeah, let me see if they've canceled those.
But Raleigh's on a Thursday, so I'm thinking perhaps I could go back. Quick trip.
Yeah, let me go ahead and see if they canceled those and not you.
Is there a price you can pay for, like, all the tickets? Or do you have to buy these individually?
Like a season ticket?
Yeah, like a season ticket.
Season tickets to the Dead. Oh, God. Staying in a room at the Homewood Suites that faces the inside barbecue pit and sitting area. Also a dangerous game. Thank you.
I know exactly what you're talking
people
about.
are up late partying at those places.
Is your home away from home?
The Heat were down 4 with 2 minutes to go to the Bulls in the play-in game. Sports.
They lost last night.
Yeah, it's all right. Netflix. The Sinner. You had me right up until an old and haggard Bill Pullman was shirtless in a cold lake. I don't need to see that. Dan, if J.J. Watt gets together with his brother T.J. Watt and starts a podcast, you know what that would mean, right?
Nope.
It means a couple of Watts would be cutting it up. Top 5 names for J.J. Watt's podcast. Number 5, the Home of the Brave podcast. Number 4, the Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death podcast. Number 3, the United We Stand podcast. Number 2, the Land That I Love podcast. And number 1, the Red, Watt, and Blue podcast.
Oh, there it is.
The name of his production company would be Bald Eagle Productions.
Red, white, and blue. He's gonna do something with that.
He's going to steal it from me.
Yes, he's going to create a giant marketing line stolen from the idea of selling you while looking at you regally, fists on hips, the ideas that you want, because J.J. Watt is America.
Dan, it stays lighter out longer in the Midwest. And you know what they say, right?
I do not. Jessica, why'd you make a face at that?
Sounded like a little drowning situation was happening in his throat, but it could just be our connection.
Yeah, I think it's on you. Dan, it means the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Hey, Prince Charles, working a salad. Jesus, that guy.
His fingers, a lot of people thought your fingers looked like his fingers.
Yeah, that's why I mean, looking like me is not a good thing for a prince working a salad. All right.
Isn't he the king now?
Your body shape, Pullman, too. Do you think you look a lot better than Pullman at this stage in our lives, standing in a lake?
No, but I'm not auditioning for a role to stand in a lake shirtless so everyone can see me. I mean,
we should put Stugotz in a movie that way. Meadowlark Media should start putting Stugotz in the movie.
To his credit, it doesn't look like Dead & Company have canceled these shows. He has made the decision, although I'm worried about how he came to this decision. But either way, we get Stugotz for an additional week. I'm happy about that. And it looks like bringing in Big Joe Harper did actually guilt Stugotz into canceling some vacation. Thank you, Stu.
You're welcome, Michael. It had nothing to do with Big Joe Harper. It had everything to do with Dan and I were not expecting the Heat to still be around. And they are. And so therefore, we're the Knicks, and I feel like I should probably be around if that's the case, Anyway. Looking for a stat of the day? Richard Gossip has had a record 3 final meals on death row. Incredible. Horses are dropping like flies. We may want to look into that. Chris Paul. Oh, Chris Paul. That's all I got there. Last week I told you to keep an eye on the Pirates. Since then, they've lost 7 of 8. You can use your eye to look at something else now. The Buccos. Headline. Loose bull sends rugby players fleeing in France. Strange times. Glenn Kuiper. The Tom Brenneman is strong in you. The Zeller minutes are truly something special. Jay Wright. Milwaukee Bucks. Collision course. How long does it take to coronate a king? How about, hey, the queen died, he's next in line, and is now the king, and let's move on with our day. I mean, LeBron just anointed himself the king, and we all accepted it and moved on. Top 5 athlete names that connote the Royals. Number 5, King Rice. Thank you. Number 4, Elijah Dukes.
Would have been really timely on Monday after the coronation.
I know. Yeah. Working a salad. Fritz Fielder. It's number 3. Number 2, A.C. Earl. And number 1, Michael Jordan. His airness. Joel Embiid, stop telling James Harden to be more aggressive. He's plenty aggressive when you're not playing. Dan, you know what the O in Ohio stands for?
Didn't you say, it gets dark here?
Oh, we've never seen the sun.
Yes, I heard that joke before.
So, in repeat.
Joel Embiid, good thing you told James Harden to be more aggressive. That's what MVPs do. Well done. Dan, you know what the EM in Embiid stands for?
I do not.
It stands for MVP.
Yeah.
Hey, Columbus. Remember all the good things I said about you a couple of weeks ago? After staying in one of your hotels that got shut up over the weekend, I take it all back. And again, the 95,000 plus in Ohio that attended that spring football game, do me a favor. Get a life.
Your hotel got shot up?
Yeah.
Were they trying
Did
to
you
get
hear about that in Columbus? It's probably something I should have told you guys about, but, you know.
You weren't here.
I wasn't here. Right. Phoenix Suns. Congratulations on holding serve. Even though I've watched like 5 minutes of it, this is the best NBA postseason ever. If they voted again for the NBA MVP right now, tell me Jimmy Butler doesn't win the award. Jimmy Buckets.
Does he mean?
It's him or Devin Booker?
It's Jimmy. As I was driving from Ohio to Ithaca, New York, I was on the phone with my dad and told him I was passing Cleveland. He responded by saying, the mistake by the lake. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Just looked up
I also now know why Dan is annoyed when I do that.
I looked up the shooting. There was a shooting at a hotel in Columbus, South Carolina, though.
One in Columbus, Ohio, too. There were. Multiple shootings, actually.
At your hotel.
Anthony Davis. Special things can happen if you simply stay healthy. Proud of you.
I mean,
Dan,
your
you know what
judgment.
the A in Anthony Davis stands for?
Judgment is bad. Leave the room.
Why is my judgment bad?
Leave the room. I mean, leave the room.
For doubting that there was a shooting in America.
Not in America, just at Stugotz's hotel.
For the record, I can't find it on Google either.
It's Columbus Street. Check out High Street, which is an appropriate name for where I should be staying, but I think it's High Street. Anyway, I know no one did this, and Roy, shame on you. A tip of the cap to Vita Blue.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And also Denny Crum. How the hell could a team that has 3 guys with 4 rings be that bad on the road? Speaking of hell, Art Briles. Dan, those are the weekend observations on a Thursday or Friday.
Today's Thursday.
Whatever.
Funny how we never talk about freedom.
Yeah. I never will.
No one ever talks about
They
it.
want to do it again to start.
No.
I will. No. I will eat an actual boot.
Oh, no. This one's better. Like 24 hours in this building? Kick me out. I'll be in the pool. I'll be in the hot tub. I'll be all over. I'll be in the gym, in the Iron Temple.
Any other places you'll be?
My bedroom.
Anywhere but the studio.
All right, can we please do this with Knicks Heat? I want to rub 2 sticks together, strong as I can, fast as I can, to create some plumes of smoke in the air that get the Miami-New York rivalry to a place that makes it feel like the rest of the playoffs where the good teams are playing. Everything else looks like that's where the champion is coming from, and Miami's saying, okay, keep doubting Jimmy Butler. He's yelling, I'm the best in the world. I'm the best bleeping basketball player in the world. And I thought that's Embiid. I thought that's Jokic. Nobody believes Jimmy can topple them. And then they lose that Knicks game, and it doesn't mean anything. Everybody loses a game on the road in the playoffs. But if Miami were to lose at home to set up a Game 7 in New York after Mike Ryan in this show has careened wildly, from, 3-1, Knicks bad at basketball. Knicks bad at basketball. They saved their season last night, and you guys are still cocky Heat fans. No fear at all. They won't beat us in our home building, even though Atlanta did in a play-in game, and even though Chicago was 5 minutes from doing it.
Dan, I got to point out right now that play-in games do not track in history books. The stats don't count. The records don't count. All it counts is whether you win or you don't win to move on to the next thing. So technically, the Heat are undefeated in the postseason at home.
They don't count?
They don't count.
That's helpful.
The playing games don't count.
Thank you, Amin.
The stats just vanish?
Yes.
Do you think the Knicks are good enough to beat the Miami Heat 3 consecutive times?
No. They weren't good enough. They were barely good enough to beat them 1 consecutive time last night. They tried their might to give it away. Duncan Robinson hits that last 3 right there. We're having a different conversation
Okay,
today.
but Brunson was great, and they want to believe in the Randle is all moved because he's third-team All-NBA, as Mike calls him a garbage player, and I don't trust him at all to be efficient.
He's a garbage player, and he travels every time.
Let me tell you something about the Knicks. You know what the problem with the Knicks is they are an impulse team. They play basketball impulsively. Other than Brunson and Hart most of the time, everyone else there is riding an absolute wave of emotion. And chief among them is Julius Randle.
He loves to take – man, he wants to make the crowd go crazy with one of those long threes.
But also his body language and his energy is horrific. The first half, they were struggling. They made their huge comeback when he sat. So much so that when he came back to check in, the crowd booed. Because his body language and his energy sucks.
That's your third-team All-NBA.
I'm still staggered. Staggered that 100 media voters looked at the Knicks and said they were pretty good this year. It was Julius Randle who did it. And none of them said Jalen Brunson.
He is being regarded as one of the top 15 players on earth, and the Knicks fan doesn't want him in the game because he seems emotionally inclined to be reckless, to be
impulsive.
Because he likes making those long threes.
Right. Quentin Grimes, impulsive.
Miami wants him to shoot all the long threes that he wants, right?
Well, he's also labored by an injury, right? Isn't Grimes?
Now, yes.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the game, and by the way, that was one of the big moments. You know, if you want to talk about Jimmy Butler, that's a pretty interesting thing. The guy who's been the best player in the playoffs, him and Devin Booker pretty much for the entirety of the playoffs, last night had uncharacteristic flaw after flaw. So we have he helped on a drive instead of staying attached to Mitchell Robinson, which allowed Mitchell Robinson a wide open dunk. We have the turnover to legless.
2 turnovers, right? In the game.
Yeah, the legless Quentin Grimes turnover is the worst. The guy could not move, and he got his pocket picked by him. We have the errant offensive foul kind of on an offensive rebound where he shoved, I can't remember who it was, in the back when he didn't really need to. And so all of those failures, it reminded me a lot of the Golden State Warriors 2 nights ago where they failed because the guys who historically don't fail for them, Steph, Clay, and Draymond, all messed up at the end of the game. Last night I thought Jimmy Butler had the same thing happen to him. Having said that, the Knicks tried their damnedest to still blow it, to still screw it up, to the point where Mitchell Robinson makes free throws and the crowd goes wild.
The Knicks almost choked away a 20-point lead with Jimmy Butler and Kevin Love certainly having their worst games of the postseason. Kevin Love, if you could trust one thing about Kevin Love, it's his passing, and he made pretty bad gaffes. His court vision just wasn't there.
I mean, one of the things that's funny about if it's going to go game to game, I think right now, I mean, through the argument of the story arc on Jimmy Butler, me being wrong about saying when he got here, that can't be your superstar. You can't. That's not good enough. It's got to be a little bit better than that. Amin was telling me, you're doing this wrong. You have this wrong. You are wrong. And he proves it to me again and again. But he did have like a weird game against the Celtics where it was like 7 points. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Why aren't you Michael Jordan all the time if you're being Michael Jordan all the time? And then last night, it wasn't just that. This is how important he is. It wasn't just that at the end of the game, you're like confused. What do you mean Jimmy's not doing the heroic things? He sat for 3 minutes in the second quarter, and the Knicks went 7 for 7. Like, as soon as he left the court, it was like the Knicks fed, like, hey, the guy who's the best at this, he's got to go away for a minute. That's where New York was so ready to be done at the beginning of the game. 14 points in the first quarter.
I'm telling you, like, if you looked at Julius Randle, you saw someone who was already fully booked, ready to go to Cancun. Like, it was that energy. I once had a Cancun meter, by the way, on the jump. I got to find it. But it was like stage one is like you're looking at things on like Expedia, right? Like, that resort looks pretty good. And like stage 5 is like you're already there.
I've never thought that that's fair. Can we analyze this for a second? Amin is saying that he could see on Julius Randle in the first quarter in the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, that he was in Cancun, that he was on vacation, that if you made a couple of threes, Julius Randle has some bags back at wherever he is that are ready to be done with his season. Why? What are you talking about?
What am I talking about Julius Randle?
Think about what you're saying. What do you mean? What?
Dan, his body language was horrendous.
He's third team All NBA.
Dude, don't fall for that.
Yeah. If he played in Memphis, would he be? If he played in Sacramento, would he be? Or is he third team All NBA because he's doing so in orange and blue? I'm asking you seriously.
I'm staggered that he was an All-Star. I'm staggered that he's All NBA. To me, it's not even close. We know. We saw it last night. We've seen it every game. That means something to this team. They win when the little guy plays well. They struggle when he struggles. That dude over there, the best thing he can do is get out of the way. Julius Randle. It's not even close. I'm telling you, yesterday, his first half was so bad that when he tried to check back in, the crowd booed. Yeah, when have you ever seen that? Imagine Jimmy Butler checking in and the Heat crowd booing. That's your All-Star. That's your All-NBA player.
Imagine Stugotz walks in and we all boo. I made it to Bluesky, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do on it.
Me too.
Wait, you're on it?
I'm on it. I'll follow you right now.
All right, I'll follow you back.
Yeah.
I've been on it for Roy's on it too. He's the one who got me hooked up.
You're welcome.
I asked Roy for a hookup and I didn't get one.
No. I emailed you.
You gave me a hookup? I got a hookup?
Yeah.
Is this because you're fighting with me on hockey? I don't see the hookup.
You should have just not given him one, Roy.
I mean, that's a good point. This happened before.
It's a bribe. Someone can bribe you for it. I don't know what I'm supposed to do on this app. I have 2 followers or something like that.
You're about to have 3.
Hell yeah. Roy's one of them.
Hell yeah.
Another reporter that I know.
Followed Roy.
And then I just haven't tweeted on it, or like, what are you supposed to call them? They're not tweets. I haven't
skied on them.
Yeah.
Are you guys?
Skied on them.
Yeah.
Apparently, people want to call them.
Oh no.
I read that online.
No.
Bleep that. Anyways, I don't know what I'm supposed to do on this friggin' app. I'm supposed to just copy and paste what I post on Twitter.
I will tell you what I'm going to do.
Calling it what?
What I'm going to do is get left behind. Your enthusiasm, I want to be a part of it, but what you're talking about is basically following Jack Dorsey into the next thing, hoping by invite, unlike Twitter, that you can be a part of the cool club now where the next thing starts. And you guys, it's a bridge too far. I can't follow you.
Look at how bad Twitter's gotten for us to run to the warm bosom of Jack Dorsey, expecting not the same exact thing to happen.
No. Totally different, first of all, man. Like this, I'm excited for Bluesky. In a way that I don't think I've been excited about a new social media platform in a while. Because every single social media platform I've poo-pooed, right? I poo-pooed Facebook. I said, who wants to know all that information? Then I poo-pooed Twitter. I said, oh, so it's just a Facebook status and that's it? That's dumb. Then I poo-pooed Instagram. I was like, oh, look at these pretty pictures of me. Then I poo-pooed TikTok. I said, oh, China. And I've adopted every single one of those over the years.
What is that? Well, I don't understand.
You didn't say lip syncing to music videos. No. That's what TikTok started as.
I'm actually down with Amin. I said the same thing.
China.
TikTok started as it was a different app, and people would lip sync to songs on it. And
I would see ads
got really
for it.
famous lip syncing to songs, they weren't even singing. And then it turned in. I think they bought some other company. It turned into TikTok, and now TikTok is like everything. Honestly,
But I mean, can you please flush out for us, because China, coming from what you know about different governments and the threats of different governments, like you threw a lot. It's carrying a lot of weight. The China that made you check out on, like, no, not going to be a part of whatever TikTok is,
right?
Because I don't want the Chinese government having any more access to me than it
that was
already
the old
does.
me. That was the old me. Now I realize they have all the access they need. So what am I trying to hide here? And so I wholeheartedly give all my information to TikTok. But that's not the point. The point is Bluesky is the first social media app, maybe since MySpace, to come around and for me to say, you know what? That sounds pretty cool. I do want to be a part of that.
Wait, you haven't posted anything either.
I did. I said, I'm here now. Or are we back,
Oh,
baby? Or
1
something.
hour ago.
All right, Chris,
Darth Amin.
Chris
We
Cody,
back, baby.
Chris Cody, I don't know what's happening here. I am very disappointed right now in you just generally, because I have,
Used to it.
I have these 4 people
I
are
like your skeet.
very excited about being a part of a new social media club, and Mike has not been allowed.
I'm in.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Roy.
right.
I'm not gonna lie though, it's kind of making me want to join.
That's
Because
the
I was
thing,
with
though.
you 20 seconds. It's like this thing when everyone starts doing it. It's like now I want to
How
be
does
on there.
Roy have all the access?
Roy is like the king of Bluesky. He's been on it the longest of anyone here.
Yeah,
Are you allowed to just ask anybody now? Like, you can let anyone in. That's how it works.
I just skeeted.
Wait, you were on it too?
I just sent my first skeet.
Oh, let me
Given
reskeet it.
time, they will give you invite codes so you can send off to the people you want to invite. So I had 3. I sent it to Mike, I sent it to Jess, and I sent it to Juju to get the show on.
Oh, what a good guy, Roy.
Thank you, Roy. Thank
I would have
you,
sold them.
Roy.
That's the thing, though. I posted about Bluesky, and I
would
got
have
like 30
sold-
replies. Can you get me on?
I would
I'll
have
pay you for it.
sold them.
I mean, yeah,
Yo.
make a buck or two.
Stugotz, by the way.
Buckaroonie.
Mike, I'm going to assume that this isn't you with the bio. I write for the website called Uprocks. You're fun, Judy Bloom.
No. That's a different Mike Ryan. I just followed you though. Follow me back on the skeet machine.
Chris Cody, I don't like the turn that all of this has taken, and it seems like you're going to be boxed out. Your father's going to be over there on Twitter by himself being yelled at by Tucker Carlson.
Can Mike invite me now? Is this how this works?
well,
No, you have to wait.
No, but-
Mike's first skeet, by the way, says Leafs power play.
Basically, what the group is what the group is announcing to you is, hey, we're gonna go make a new Twitter with Jack Dorsey that'll feel more like the old Twitter, and I've lost all of you. Chris Cody wants to be in the in club. Roy's got all the power. Jessica would sell that power.
wanna
Roy is
skeet.
Regina George.
Yeah, I want to skeet.
Oh, you need a longer break if you want to do that.
Says who?
I mean, I'm just going to be left behind here, or is everyone going to
Dan,
go over there now?
Come to Bluesky, man. Sunny and the skies are blue.
But I don't know what I'm supposed to be posting on this app.
You're supposed to, like, basically this is a Twitter killer. Like, it's like, what do I post? You do whatever you would do on Twitter. We start a new life here. We start a new society that isn't corrupted by all of the filth that Twitter has become over the last 6 months.
I've been on it for a minute, and I already want to subvert democracy.
What I'm asking you, after CNN airs Trump last night and Tucker Carlson is too hot and too true for Fox News. White supremacist Tucker Carlson, like as
I
evil
just skeeted boycott Fox News.
as evil as the most evil. They're telling you Twitter's the new place. Bill Maher's going to normalize Elon Musk. They're going to do a bad interview. They're just laughing at how harmless and funny Elon Musk is when he's not harmless, and it's not funny.
I'm skeeting about fentanyl. Someone stop me.
We're going over here, all 10 of us. All of us marching with Roy's secret codes.
Look, we're going to replay this segment like years from now.
What
and
about
remember when
Biden's laptop?
when Bluesky becomes the #1 social media app, we're going to be like, remember, we were on the ground floor.
9 different deposits from foreign countries. Why is no one talking about that?
We're going to be the ones saying, hey, remember when you needed an invite code to do this? Now they just let anybody on.
What about Chicago?
I love, Dan, when I remember things like Instagram was only for iPhone users once upon a time. Do you guys remember that?
Wow.
Of course you don't.
We have to
Really?
protect our children.
I remember when Gmail was by invite only. And you had
What?
a handful, and you had to like protect them.
How many R's in Maricopa County?
I remember, Dan, when Facebook was the Facebook. Yeah, it's not just a line from the movie.
And then Justin Timberlake said, "Lose the."
It's cleaner.
Well said.
What's so bad about showing ID when you vote?
What we're whispering to you, our small little audience in the echo chamber, is follow us. Follow us to freedom. We'll build a new community.
Yes.
That will be less Trump,
Maurice has pulled Bobrovsky.
that will be less Trumpy the next 18 months. It doesn't have to be run by
Wait, do they have a subscription base?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
Then in that case, follow me
I do think
over at Twitter.
there is an appeal though to being in on the ground floor. Like I wasn't interested in joining until Roy was like, "I have a code," and I was like, "Send it to me right now."
Exactly.
Well, I'd like you guys to help me with it. Attention is the new currency. Elon Musk has $44 billion, and he says, just make me popular over here. Hey, free speech, everybody. And now Tucker Carlson heads over there because he's too hot for Fox News. And God knows what that's going to become. And I don't know that it's a fight anymore for objective journalism against the other side. No, there's another side here that's been pretty hateful and bad to whatever they deem as others. And last night it was platformed by CNN, bought by the companies, bought by the big corporate stuff that buys corporate media. CNN says, okay, we'll platform Trump, and they'll probably benefit from it. It'll be better than trying to aspire to a neutrality or an objectivity and fighting an unfair fight against, I want to be racist. I want to be more racist. I want to have the freedom to be even more racist. And I want to have more and more guns than you and be more racist and more racist. And no, Fox News isn't racist enough. Look at this. I'm going to be extra racist. And I'll find my following because it's all individual brands and splintered media. Yeah, let's create another utopian universe away from those people in our own echo chamber losing to those corruptions because 40 of us are here by invitation only. Start as if you could start the next Twitter just by starting an app.
Why has Nick Fuentes started following me? Who's that?
Is another Fuentes?
How many Fuenteses we've got around here now?
Oh God,
So
that went
many.
straight over your head.
It's just not right.
It did go
Shame
over our
on
head,
you.
but as I've said, Amin's judgment.
It says Kanye West campaign
No.
manager. What?
No,
Former.
I mean, you're frustrating the way that Billy is frustrating, talking about people off camera who others don't care about.
No, people know the Fuente.
Did you know this about Tom Hanks?
that one I didn't get.
Are we going to create another Twitter? Not we, us. How do you do that? Jack Dorsey is saying, here's an invitation-only Twitter. It can't be that easy to be the guy who used to own the club who now owns the club. That's not how you create social media.
Are you not familiar with Nightlife? It's usually the previous guy that owned the club that made the new club.
They just rebranded and call it something else. And
Yeah.
now we're new and improved.
Yeah,
right?
there's like 3 club owners in Miami.
Okay, so attention and currency. Attention is the currency of the day. Attention is power. Elon Musk wants to be the popular kid in the high school club that controls whatever he and Bill Maher deem as free speech. What are we doing over here?
On Blue Sky?
Skeeting?
Yeah, we're skeeting. Skeeting into the sky, Dan. Dangerous game.
I'm skiing everywhere right now.
Goddamn.
Mostly to the right.
You can do hey, Clarence, you can do skeeting to the east, skeeting to the west.
I'm skiing to the south.
No. There's
This is
enough of
gross.
that elsewhere. Yes, it is gross. That is correct.
Skeeting to the left, skeeting to the right, skeeting to the south, and skeeting in my halo.
This is not a paradise of any kind. Free speech should be limited
I'm
based
going
on
back to Twitter.
what's happening around here. Can you guys, honestly, I just want to be dumbfounded by this for another second because we're headed toward 18 months of CNN treating Trump like a legitimate candidate, even though, like, beyond sex offender and criminal and terrible general person. Allegedly. And yeah, I mean, sexual predator. We're going to now platform that because CNN isn't what it used to be. CNN is now
Thank you for saying allegedly.
No,
Jess.
in need
don't
of
want us to get
ratings.
sued.
Thank you. Blue sky already getting to you. Look at those clouds parting.
Where people are looking for safe spaces, and safe spaces doesn't even mean just, digital media or social media, but safe spaces because guns are now in play again for people who don't think an insurrection was an insurrection and can somehow frame the argument on, no, this isn't an attack on freedom. You're attacking my freedom, not me, by going after the symbolic capitalism, the symbolic symbol for what our government's democracies and freedoms are, and that's not an insurrection. Like, there's a fight in this country for the attention, for the media, for the spaces where people are talking, and you're telling me the previous club owner's just going to open a new club and that'll be the next Twitter? It's not that easy.
Well, since you started the segment, Amin and Mike have just been scrolling Blue Sky to see
Pretty
who
much.
else is on it.
Yeah,
Warren
trying to,
Screlly
If
is
you're
on
wondering
here.
who won the attention war, it's not you.
trying to find somebody.
The pharma bro is there.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah,
the-
he served his time.
The worst person in the world who took healthcare and tried to monetize it in a way that,
Alleged worst person in the world.
I mean, okay. So there's no safe spaces for anybody anywhere. Not digitally, not in your cathedrals, not in your shopping marts.
There isn't Blue Sky. That's a safe space for now, until Mike gets there.
I'm legitimately floored that you guys descend into, no, this is the new popular club and I got in. Roy, thanks for giving me the keys.
You're welcome.
You're no better than Musk. He wants to run that. He wants to be the governor of that
I think
website.
Roy is better than Elon Musk. Allegedly.
You have all the
Allegedly.
power. Have you not seen how the Chris Cody back there wants to be closer to you now, physically as a friend, because he wants to get in the club?